I don't know why you say goodbye when I say hello, hello, hello. You say goodbye when I say hello, hello, hello. It's great Taz once again, and here we are again in the world of tanks, and this time we're in the T92 light tank. It is a Tier 8 US premium light tank, and actually, in my opinion, one of the coolest designs that is in the game. It has a good 75 millimeter cannon, and it has this cool little turret, which is kind of weird, but in the same time is also really good. Now, if you look at most turrets on tanks, your barrel is in the middle, but on this one, your barrel is in the middle all the way around. And this one, your barrel is almost literally lifted on the top of your tank. So your viewpoints are at a different spot than they are on another tank. You can actually peek your barrel over without getting a whole huge chunk of turret above a cliff. Well, let's get on with the show and see where we're going to go. As you can see, we're on Prohorovka, and this is pork chop, as it's kind of better known. And we're going to move on over here to the one line. Now, we got our T71 command, which is the non-auto-loading version of the T71. It has a single round shot. Also, it is a Tier 7. It is coming this general direction also. Here we're going to go up into this bush. Now, most people will go where the T71 is about to go, and they will go all the way up into this top bush. Now, what the T71 doesn't realize is he's been spotted by the 4190 already. And as you can see, he's even firing. So you can tell right away he's not the most wise light tank player in the game. As you can see here, I went to that bush, I got my bush, and I sat and hid. All I'm doing is moving my turret. You can't see a tank's turret movement. So I'm in the bush, which is adding camouflage. I have a camouflage skill crew and a camouflage on my tank. So I got, I think it's 35% camo rating. And you can see here, we're just waiting, waiting, and waiting. And you watch, as we go through this, you'll see and notice that how I play this light tank. And this is a really good way to play your light tanks if you're doing a lot of passive scouting. Okay, now I have XVM, and XVM gives me this nice aiming circles on my tank. Okay, let's see. There's our first shot. Didn't penetrate. But see, you also notice I have Sixth Sense on this tank. I wasn't spotted. Why? Here's why. I made sure not to shoot anything that is within, like, where the scent is. I know the general view range of these tanks, and I'm not afraid that the scent one is going to spot me. I may be in his view range, but I have enough camouflage that it lowers his actual view range. So I have 35% camo rating. If he has a 400 meter view range, that's 120, 140 meters less on his view range. Now, they do have an idea where I'm at because they're firing, but it's no big deal because, yeah, they're going to fire. They fire one shot where they think I was at. They're right. That's where I was at. That's where I still am at. I didn't shoot at the 54 because I have no current knowledge of where the 4190 is, so I want to make sure. Here, I'm doing a little maneuvering my tank. Now, light tanks have this nice ability of keeping their camouflage rating no matter whether they're moving or sitting still. So I'm still with my 35% camo rating. Here we go. We're still sitting here. We spotted the 34-100. All right, he's at my max, close to my max range. But I'm still not going to fire because he's in the open and he's moved in to what I believe is his view range and might possibly be able to see me. Because if I fire, I lose all bush concealment. and I go down to like 10%, I think is when I'm firing. So that would only take 10% of his view range off. And that would happens with the Centurion 1 also. But also the Centurion 1 still doesn't have the best view range. As you can see here, I'm marking targets, trying to get people to shoot them. That's all I'm doing. Just trying to get people to shoot them. And then once I figure out that the tank's far enough away, like now he's on the edge of my view range, now he's no longer in my view range, which means I'm no longer in his view range. So he's right on the edge, right on the cusp of it. And there's a 4190 reappears. Still not going to fire him because he has close to the same view range as me. So my 35% will be negated. The bush will be completely negated. I'll be down at like 10%. He will spot me, even with the multitude of bushes in between us. It's kind of weird, the spotting mechanics in this game and the bush mechanics. And in all truthfully, there's a lot of work that needs to be done with them. But some of the reports I've read from Wargaming basically states that for them to fix the major spotting issues that are with the game, they would have to literally go back to the drawing board because the spotting mechanics are hard-coded into the game. Now, people wonder, how is that? How is a line of code that you can't go back in and change the code? Well, this code, when they say hard-coded into the line, this line of code touches so many different parts of the game that it's just by changing this line, they have to go and change multitude of other lines of code. So in turn, what they call a hard coding. It's hard to read code. That is basically what they mean by that. As you can see, everybody was last spotted outside my view range, and or they are at the very edge of my view range. So I'm not worried. The only one I'm really worried about is the 4190. Here, I'm shooting this T-54. I did track him. I retracked him, and I'm getting track damage when he gets hit, as you can see. And then I'm also getting my own damage. Now, I would be getting more experience for that if he was in my own view range, but he wasn't. There, the T-34-100 was spotted by me. He got killed by the P-43 tier, and I got the spotting damage. I am also spotting the T-95, which there's not really much I could do. The 75 millimeter with like 180 pen at the most. And I think that's with gold round, really. 175 was APCR, and my heat has 210. I'm not really going to do much against a T-95, considering its frontal armor has over 200 millimeters. So I'm just going to spot him and let my allies beat up on him. Whether they're doing anything, that's the question. Alright, here we have the IS coming over to take on our ISM. I'm trying to help him out from long range. I accidentally tracked the ISM, which really sucks because then in turn our ISM gets killed by the IS. But then I turn around and I shoot him, damaging tracks. I don't destroy his track, so I don't know what that IS is talking about, the two mediums hiding. They actually were firing on the enemy, and they are spotted. So people don't always know. They were firing on the IS. I accidentally tracked the ISM. So the ISM dying is kind of partially my fault. So as you can see, I'm taking off forward of my tank, but I'm backing away from where I was to give me a little distance so I'm not spotted right away. Now, here I'm going to move up to these bushes up here. These are real small bushes, so you have to have a real small tank to get in them. And that's another thing about the T92 light tank. It is small. Now, it is not the smallest tank in the game, and the smallest tank in the game is the Even 90, ELC Even 90, and I hate the thing because it has a 90 millimeter 3-round clip gun on a tank roughly 3/4 to half the size of this tank, and it has literally no armor, and it has I think like a 3-man crew. and it's invisible. It has like a 45% camo rating. I think it starts off with like 40%, and that's before you put camouflage crew and camouflage. Oh, that's not good. Woohoo! Look at us go. All right, we're going to auto-aim on the T95, and we can actually get up on his side and do damage. Now, this isn't the greatest turning tank, so you see as I got around him, he started turning the opposite way. I started going around, trying to get away from him. They're already trying to shoot me. The T95 tries to shoot me and misses. Thankfully, because no, I don't think he could one-shot me because 850 or 700? I forget what the top damage is, but even I think it's what, 10% or 20%. Aha, there, look, we got a nice little WZ-120 1FT. We're gonna just start shooting in the side. I am attempting to track him. Shots aren't 100% accurate, but hey. All right, well, with him dead, we're going to move on. And T95, as I was talking about, he started turning the opposite way. I was going around one way. He started turning the opposite way, so I had to get away from him so he wouldn't kill me. There's the GW Panther. Well, we got the spot damage off of that. Oh, look. There's the arty that shot us. Now let's go take... Oh, crap. I don't know how he did that, but you couldn't really see his turret. But somehow he got his turret to turn around and actually hit me. He snapshotted me. That, ladies and gentlemen, is crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and take a moment, and we're going to move right on over to our great Watt records and check out the stats. All right, here we go. It was a second-class badge, and second-class badge with the base experience of 978. And like I said, when I was shooting the ISM and the T-54, they weren't spotted by me. The ultimate way to get a maximum number of experience points out of a battle is damage tanks that are spotted by you, primarily spotted by you, do spotting damage and or assisting damage, and then, you know, pretty much is the big thing is damage, spotting damage and self damage that you're spotting for yourself. So with that, we also got spotter, because we spotted over 1,000 hit points for my allies. We got over 1,000 spotting damage. Right here, as we got, you see, we got 2,387. We got fire for effect. We got bruiser, and we got Confederate for damaging 6 different tanks. We damaged. We did 16 shots. We damaged 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. Goodness gracious, I can't count. But we did 5 criticals. So we spotted 7 people. Got assisted damage for 7 people. Spotted 4. So in turn, we got some good bonus stuff going on here, as you can see. Now, we wasn't top in damage. We were 3rd in overall damage. We were just under the T95 in overall damage. We didn't get any kills, and we were a 2nd in overall experience. So, overall, really good. Fun little game. And that's what really Pork Chop's all about. And Prohorovka. And the North has such an advantage getting to those bushes. And the bush placement on the north side, the one I got into should probably be removed, in my opinion, or one put on the south side into a similar location. And the bushes that the T-71 command got into, they need to be moved probably a quarter to a half a grid square to the south to make it a little more equal in the ability of opposing light tank from the south, making it there. So in turn, you know, that's just my opinion. So we fired 28 shots, 22 directly hit, 16 of them did penetrate, 0 splash damage. We're firing HE or heat. We had 2,221. Of that 2,221, 1,762 was from beyond 300 meters. So we were a sniping little tank. And then, like I said, we had 2,387 assistant damage, and we damaged 8 tanks. We didn't destroy anything. For that, we got a Confederate, and we got 1 bond. 94.8 thousand credits base earning, and we got fined because we did damage to the ISM for 139. So we lost 2,586, which is a large fine. And it came out with our total for the battle was 92.2 thousand. And then we repaired our vehicle because we took some damage, and then fired 0 gold rounds that battle. So we got 7,500 in ammo repair. Ended up with an 81,000, which is a good chunk of change. And you can see it was a premium account, so we got 1467 for our experience, and basically 10% of that because it was a premium vehicle. So 1614 overall, which goes straight to crew training because that's all I use that tank for, is to train my crews. So, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go through this great ending spiel, and I hope you listen to it for a second. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. A good thumbs up will help possibly get more hits on my channel. If you think it needs a thumbs down and didn't like this video and think it needs a thumbs down, go right ahead. If you have a comment, please comment. I will respond as soon as I possibly can. It may not be a day or two. I don't live my life on YouTube. So, and if you have a replay that you would like to see, in the description you'll be able to see my Discord. Go ahead and click on my Discord and come join it. And then there is a question and answer page there about how to put in reviews and stuff like that. And go ahead and do that. I'll be glad to go ahead and give you guys some good reviews, good views of your own battles if you wish, and don't have the time or feel like to making videos yourself. With that, I hope you also subscribe. Always looking for new subscribers, because always looking to have more people come view my stuff and hopefully learn from my stuff. With that all being said, this is Great Taz signing off. We will see you in the world of tanks.